So before moving on to the second Gantz movie, I decided to take a quick plunge into anime. Another is a horror anime that takes after the likes of Final Destination, as well as The Thing, but more on that later. All you need to know about this show is that middle schoolers that look like high schoolers that sound like grown-ass adults try their hardest to destroy a paranormal entity hell-bent on killing them. It's creepy, but what I like most about it is that it's so bloody and violent. Characters get murked in some pretty creative ways that keep the anticipation around the kills so exciting. So let's dive in. Oh, hold up, this intro song is kinda fire. We begin with our boy Koichi sitting in the hospital because he has a collapsed lung. And he most definitely sounds like it.
I'm terribly sorry, Grandma.
Get used to that voice. Ko is a new transfer to Yomeyama Middle School, and his classmates came to greet him. Afterwards, he starts roaming the hospital, and this is when we meet the scariest character in the whole show, Misaki, the Tokyo Ghoul fangirl. Misaki goes to the same school as well, but she wasn't there to greet Ko. She doesn't say much, and all we know is that she is heading to the basement floor, where the morgue is located. Almost as if she's a ghost, or a spirit. Ko is let loose by the hospital and sent home, and we learn that he has a dad visiting India, an Aunt Reiko, and an annoying parakeet.
Good morning! Good morning!
When he gets to school, he's introduced to the homeroom teachers in class. They seem quite taken with him, but there's always this feeling that they are hiding things from him. None of the other students engage with Misaki, and obviously don't like Ko speaking with her. When he spots her on the roof, he has a lot of questions for her. Actually, too damn many.
What did you go to the second basement level for? You said you had something to deliver. You were holding some kind of white doll. Is that
I
what you
hate
had
being
to
questioned. Stop it.
Sorry.
And she ends up dodging half of them anyway. In an attempt to find out why Misaki was in the hospital basement, he discovers that there was indeed a death of a young girl there. He inquires of this with one of the nurses he knew from his time there. The nurse doesn't remember much about a young girl, but stays in touch just in case she remembers something. Time passes, and Ko questions his friends once again about their strange behavior, and to that they continue giving him the runaround. He spots the topic of discussion, Misaki, leaving the school grounds, and like a normal human being would do, he stalks her. He follows her to a doll shop where, also like a normal human being, she enjoys pretending to be a doll and hiding in coffins. Yeah, I believe that ghost and spirit theory is kinda panning out here. They hang out for a bit before Ko gets a call from the nurse he asked about a dead girl earlier. Soon after revealing that the dead girl's name was also Misaki, she adds her notch to this anime's kill count, which you'll find out by the end of things is mad crazy high. Ko comes back to class again the next day to see Misaki out in the hallway. When Four Eyes here also spots Misaki, she panics like she owes her $5 and rushes down the stairwell. And also her death. Then there's this other student that feels bad for keeping things from Koichi, so he decides to open his heart to him. But I guess he meant that literally. This man folded like someone wrote his name in a death note. All I can say is that it's not looking good for Misaki right now. We might need to call in the exorcist. After this mysterious string of deaths, the students of Ko's class decide to ignore him in the very same manner that they ignore Misaki. Misaki finally decides to explain things to him. Please strap in because this is gonna be one heck of a doozy. There's apparently a curse roaming around the classroom, where a ghost of a dead student from years ago enters the classroom in the form of another dead student. You can't tell who that dead student is by sight, and even if you are aware of the student's death beforehand, once the school year begins, the curse sets in, and your memories are changed to hide that fact. Throughout the anime, this creates a sense of paranoia among the students, as they never really know who is or isn't the dead student come back to life. Their one plan of combating this paranormal entity hell-bent on killing them is pretending that one of the students in the classroom doesn't exist. Wait, what? Let me read that again. Pretending that one student in the class is what? Anyway, since the murder started up again, the students understand that ignoring Misaki isn't the only solution here. Since Ko is the new guy, and most of these deaths seem to revolve around him, he's the obvious candidate to pretend doesn't exist. Ko quickly adjusts to this, as he and Misaki seem to bond just a little bit better as a result of having something in common. I mean, she even reveals that she has a plastic baby doll eye under her eye patch. That's some heavy friendship type stuff right there. Also, dream sequence Pulp Fiction dance-off. Through this friendship, we learn that Misaki isn't actually a ghost. She was in the morgue to visit her dead sister, who shares the same Misaki family name as her. So she's not an evil spirit, just a creepy Tokyo Ghoul fangirl. This bliss doesn't last long, however, as one of the homeroom teachers walks into class and commits suicide in front of everybody. Assumedly, this is the curse still at work. Once the class realizes that ignoring students doesn't work, they quickly apologize to the pair of non-existent students. They all hang out and do things together again. And honestly, this part of the show is where things take a more refreshing change of pace. The episodes leading to this moment are slow and exposition filled. Now the characters are finally able to stretch their legs and reach their true potential. Oh, the curse is still at work. Never mind then. The students uncover a secret tape left by a graduate of their class before he got his memory wiped by the curse. He apparently discovered a way to put the curse on hold, at least for that year. Now strap into your seats. This is gonna be one heck of a doozy. You have to kill the ghost that's hiding as a student in your class. Wait, that's not actually a doozy, that's common sense. If a ghost is in your class, killing students, then you killed a ghost. That's horror movie 101. Anyway, word of this tape spreads, and this prompts the desperate students to start killing each other in an attempt to put the terrible curse at end. And here's where the show gets absolutely insane. Students are hacking each other up. Even the lunch lady tries to get some licks in. I guess she got tired of the students complaining about her cooking. Misaki, being the only girl in class who likes Tokyo Ghoul, is soon accused of being the ghost. This prompts all the students to gun straight for her, with Koichi having to protect her. It's here in this final sequence that we learn the monstrous truth of the situation. The ghost that everybody has been looking for is the lady homeroom teacher, also known as Koichi's aunt, that I mentioned at one time in the beginning of this video. Did that reveal seem abrupt and out of nowhere to you? Now you know how I felt watching this firsthand. I mean, this chick literally gets an entire face job done to look different between home and work, and even asked Koichi to never address her as his aunt at school, all in the name of making this reveal dramatic and unpredictable. Apparently the aunt was killed by a stalker? A mugger? They never explain it, but it happened a year or so back, and of course everyone's memory was wiped, so nobody remembered that she died.
Goodbye, Rico. Goodbye.
Koichi finishes her off, and everybody lives happily ever after. I hope you enjoyed this brief rundown of what Another is. Obviously, I've reorganized and skipped some events, but this way I can keep things interesting and mysterious without overloading you with information. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I still plan on tackling the Gantz movie sequel with Eyes McGee, and I really appreciate the engagement and views for that video, because honestly, I was surprised. This is that guy, and I'm out.